Hello, my friends. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Jessica, and I am very excited to be your guide in today's episode. I am so glad that you are here and ready to take your English learning seriously. Today, I want to share something extremely important with you, something very powerful. I want you to know that you can truly change your English in only 6 months. Yes, you heard it right, just 6 months. It may sound short, even impossible at first. Maybe you think, I need 5 years. I need 10 years to speak English fluently. But I am here to tell you that this is not true. 6 months of focused, consistent practice can make a real difference in your life. 6 months is enough to see progress. 6 months is enough to feel the change. How? The key is to live with English every single day, to surround yourself with it like the air you breathe. When English becomes part of your daily life, learning stops feeling like a task. It becomes natural, almost effortless. And day by day, little by little, you will notice growth. Your ears will start to understand more. Your mouth will start to form sentences more easily. Your brain will begin to think in English without translating. I know some of you may feel overwhelmed. You may ask, how can I do this? How can I keep going for 6 months without stopping? What if I feel tired or confused? These are very normal questions, and I will answer all of them in this episode. You do not need to worry about difficult grammar rules or complicated theory. I will show you simple, practical steps that you can apply every day. Remember, the journey of learning English is not about being perfect. It is about starting today, taking small steps, and staying consistent. If you are ready to begin, this is your moment. 6 months from now, you could surprise yourself with how far you have come. So let's start this journey together and make English a natural part of your life. After introducing the idea that you can transform your English in just 6 months, it is natural to have many questions in your mind. You might be thinking, how is this possible? What exactly should I do every day? Can I really stay motivated for so long? Will I feel tired or give up? These are all very common thoughts for English learners, and the fact that you are asking them shows that you care about your progress. It also shows that you are ready to take your learning seriously. The first question that often comes up is, how can 6 months make a real difference? It may sound like a short period of time, and you might wonder if it is realistic. The key lies in consistent daily practice and immersion. It is not about learning for 10 minutes once a week, reading a page here and there, or memorizing a list of words. It is about living with English every day, surrounding yourself with it, and making it a natural part of your life. When English becomes a constant presence, your brain adapts quickly, and progress happens faster than you might expect. Another common question is, what exactly should I do every day? Many learners feel confused because they are unsure where to start. Should they focus on grammar? Vocabulary? Speaking? Listening? The truth is, you do not need complicated rules or difficult textbooks at the beginning. What matters most is practical daily actions that train your ears, your mouth, and your brain. Simple activities such as listening to English podcasts, speaking to yourself in English, repeating sentences out loud, and thinking in English for a few minutes every day are far more effective than studying theory alone. Some learners also worry about motivation and consistency. They ask, will I get tired? Will I want to give up? This is normal. Every learner experiences moments of fatigue and frustration. The solution is to focus on small, daily steps instead of perfection. By breaking down your learning into manageable actions and celebrating every small success, you keep your mind positive and energized. And finally, you may wonder if all of this really works. The promise I make to you in this episode is simple but powerful. If you follow these steps, immerse yourself in English, listen, speak, and think in English every day, you will see real change in 6 months. Your brain will adapt, your speaking will improve, and your confidence will grow. You do not need to wait for the perfect moment, the perfect teacher, or the perfect environment. The time to start is now. So, in this episode, I will show you exactly what to do every day, in a simple and practical way, so that 6 months from now, you can look back and see how much your English has truly transformed. One of the most important ideas I want to share with you is immersion. Immersion means more than just studying English for a few minutes a day. It means living with English as a natural part of your life, surrounding yourself with it constantly, and letting it become as familiar as the air you breathe. Many learners make the mistake of thinking that immersion is about sitting with a textbook for hours or memorizing grammar rules. That is not immersion. True immersion is about making English present in every moment of your day, from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to sleep. Imagine waking up in the morning. Instead of turning on music in your native language or checking social media, you play a short English podcast or a simple video. Even if you do not understand every word, your brain begins to recognize the sounds, rhythm, and patterns of English. Immersion starts with listening. Your ears are the gateway to the language. The more you listen, the more your brain becomes comfortable with English, and the more natural it feels. But immersion is not just about listening. It is also about speaking and thinking in English. When you are alone, do not stay silent. Talk to yourself in English. Describe your actions. I am making coffee, I am brushing my teeth, I am going for a walk. These simple sentences are very powerful. They train your mouth and tongue to produce English sounds and help you connect words to your daily experiences. Another way to immerse yourself is to think in English. While walking outside, observing the world, or doing household chores, try to name objects and describe actions in English. The sky is blue. The tree is tall. The dog is running. These small practices train your brain to switch from translation to direct English thinking, which is a major step toward fluency. Finally, immersion includes reading in English, even if it is just one page at the end of the day. Ending your day with English helps reinforce what you learned and keeps your mind constantly exposed to the language. Over time, immersion becomes a habit. At first, it may feel tiring or confusing, just like starting a new exercise routine. But with consistent practice, your brain adapts. English stops feeling strange, and you begin to internalize the language naturally. Remember, immersion is not about perfection. You do not need to understand every word or speak perfectly. It is about presence, consistency, and progress. Living with English every day, little by little, is what creates real and lasting change. Listening is one of the most essential skills for learning English. Many learners underestimate its importance, but in reality, listening is the foundation on which all other skills, speaking, thinking, reading, and even writing, are built. Listening is like food for your brain. Just as your body needs nutrition to stay strong and healthy, your brain needs input in English to grow and develop. Without regular listening, your English skills will remain weak and slow, no matter how much grammar or vocabulary you study. The key to listening effectively is to make it a daily habit. From the very first moment of your day, let English fill your ears. Instead of listening to music in your native language or checking social media, try playing a short English podcast, an easy video, or even a song with simple lyrics. At first, you may not understand everything, and that is perfectly fine. The goal is not immediate understanding, but familiarity with sounds, rhythm, and intonation. Your brain is learning to recognize the flow of English, and this forms the foundation for comprehension later on. Listening is not limited to specific study times. You can listen while walking, cooking, cleaning, or even resting. The important thing is constant exposure. Your ears begin to catch words, phrases, and sentence patterns naturally. In the first few days, you may only hear one or two words, or even just sounds without meaning. But if you continue, your brain starts to make connections. After a few weeks, small sentences become recognizable. After a few months, you can understand entire stories, messages, or conversations. Another crucial point is to listen actively, not passively. Pay attention to the sounds, stress, and rhythm of English. Try to repeat phrases quietly or out loud if you can. This trains your ears and helps your brain process the language more efficiently. Over time, listening becomes easier, faster, and more natural. English no longer feels strange or confusing, it begins to sound familiar, comfortable, and even enjoyable. Remember, listening is the first step toward fluency. It feeds your brain with English input, prepares your ears for real-life conversations, and strengthens your ability to understand the language naturally. Combine listening with daily speaking and thinking in English, and you will see dramatic improvement in just a few months. Consistent listening is not optional, it is the essential foundation for building strong, confident, and fluent English skills. Speaking is the second key to transforming your English. While listening feeds your brain with input, speaking trains your mouth and tongue to produce the language naturally. Many learners wait for the perfect moment to speak English. They say, "I will speak only when I meet a native speaker," or "I will speak only when my English is better." This is a common mistake. Waiting for the perfect opportunity often means waiting forever. The truth is, the perfect moment is now. You do not need a native speaker or a teacher to start speaking. You can begin today, even if you are alone. The first step in speaking practice is talking to yourself in English. Describe your actions as you go through your day. For example, "I am walking," "I am cooking," or "I am drinking tea." These sentences are simple, but they are very powerful. They train your mouth to form English sounds and connect language to real-life actions. Over time, speaking about daily activities becomes natural and automatic. Another highly effective technique is shadowing. Shadowing means listening to a sentence in English and immediately repeating it out loud. Do not repeat silently in your head, say it aloud, copying the rhythm, stress, and intonation of the original speaker. At first, this may feel strange or even silly. You might laugh at yourself or feel awkward. That is completely normal. With consistent practice, however, shadowing helps your tongue learn the shapes of English words, the flow of sentences, and the natural rhythm of speech. Speaking every day also builds confidence. At the beginning, your sentences may be short, your pronunciation may not be perfect, and your words may come slowly. That is okay. The goal is progress, not perfection. By speaking regularly, you train your mouth, improve your fluency, and prepare yourself to communicate in real situations. Remember, speaking works hand in hand with listening. Listening provides input, speaking produces output. Without speaking, your knowledge of English will remain inside your head. By practicing speaking daily, your words start to flow naturally, and your sentences move from thought to speech smoothly, like water flowing from a river. In summary, speaking every day, whether by talking to yourself, describing your surroundings, or shadowing, is essential for building strong, confident, and fluent English. Start now, and give your mouth the practice it needs. Over time, you will notice that speaking becomes easier, faster, and more natural, making your English truly come alive. Thinking in English is one of the most powerful tools for improving your fluency. Many learners make the mistake of always translating from their native language into English in their head. This process is slow, tiring, and often makes speaking feel heavy or unnatural. If you constantly translate, you will hesitate, pause, and struggle to form sentences quickly. Thinking directly in English, however, allows your brain to process language naturally, helping you speak faster, more confidently, and more smoothly. So, how can you practice thinking in English every day? Start small. Dedicate 5 minutes each day to thinking only in English. During this time, ask yourself simple questions and answer them mentally or out loud. For example, you can ask, "What do I want to eat?" and answer, "I want to eat a sandwich." You can ask, "Where will I go today?" and answer, "I will go to the market." You can also describe objects around you or your current actions. Even short and simple sentences are enough to train your brain. At first, this exercise may feel difficult. Your mind will naturally want to revert to your native language. Your brain might say, "This is too hard. I don't understand." This is normal, and it is part of the learning process. The key is to push yourself a little every day. Gradually, your brain becomes accustomed to thinking in English, and the process starts to feel more natural. After several weeks, you may notice small but exciting changes. You might find yourself thinking about your daily surroundings in English without even trying. For example, "The sun is bright today, I am late for the bus," or "That store looks interesting." This shift shows that your brain is adapting and starting to internalize English, rather than relying on translation. Thinking in English not only improves fluency but also strengthens your confidence. When your brain is trained to process thoughts directly in English, forming sentences and speaking becomes much faster and easier. Combined with daily listening and speaking practice, thinking in English helps you connect words, ideas, and expressions naturally, making your English feel alive and automatic. Remember, fluency is not just about knowing grammar or vocabulary, it is about training your brain to operate in English. By dedicating a few minutes each day to thinking in English, you build a mental habit that transforms the way you learn, speak, and understand the language. Over time, this habit leads to greater speed, confidence, and natural communication. A positive mindset is one of the most important, yet often overlooked, elements of learning English. Even if you practice listening, speaking, and thinking in English every day, your progress can be blocked by negative thoughts and self-doubt. Many learners stop because their inner voice becomes critical: English is too hard, I am too old to learn, or I will never be fluent. These thoughts are dangerous because they drain your motivation and prevent you from continuing. To succeed, you must train your mind to think positively and stay motivated even when the journey feels challenging. Start by changing the way you speak to yourself. When you feel tired or frustrated, do not say, "I can't." Instead, say, "I am learning." When you make mistakes, do not say, "I am bad at English." Say, "I am improving." When your progress feels slow, do not say, "I am stupid." Say, "Every day I get better." These small shifts in language are not just words, they are energy and fuel for your brain. Positive self-talk encourages persistence, boosts confidence, and helps you overcome obstacles that might otherwise make you give up. Another key point is to focus on progress, not perfection. Many learners feel discouraged because they cannot speak perfectly or understand every word. Immersion is not about being perfect, it is about being present and taking consistent steps toward improvement. Celebrate small victories, learning a new phrase, understanding a short conversation, or speaking without hesitation for the first time. Each small success is a step forward, and over time, these steps accumulate into significant progress. Your mindset also affects your consistency. Learning English is a long-term journey, and there will be moments when it feels difficult or boring. A positive mindset keeps you moving forward. Remind yourself that challenges are part of the process, and that each effort brings you closer to fluency. Accept that mistakes are natural, and view them as opportunities to learn rather than reasons to stop. Finally, combine your mindset with daily practice. Listening, speaking, and thinking in English will be much more effective if your mind is supportive and optimistic. When you believe in your ability to improve, you are more likely to stay consistent, enjoy the process, and make real progress. Remember, your mindset is the foundation of your English journey. With a positive attitude, even small daily steps become powerful, and 6 months of consistent practice can lead to remarkable transformation. Now, it is time for your challenge. The next 6 months can completely transform your English, but only if you commit to living with the language every day. This is not about studying for 10 minutes once a week or reading a page from a textbook. This is about immersing yourself in English from the moment you wake up until the moment you go to sleep. Listen every day, while walking, cooking, cleaning, or relaxing. Let English fill your ears and mind. Speak every day, even when you are alone. Describe what you are doing, talk to yourself, and practice shadowing sentences you hear. Think in English daily, even for just 5 minutes. Ask yourself simple questions and answer in English. By following this challenge, you will train your ears, your mouth, and your brain simultaneously. Listening strengthens your understanding, speaking builds fluency, and thinking in English develops mental agility. Over time, these daily practices will become natural habits. You will notice yourself forming sentences effortlessly, thinking directly in English, and feeling more confident in your abilities. Remember, this journey is not about perfection. It is about progress. Small daily steps, taken consistently, lead to remarkable results. 6 months from today, you could surprise yourself. You could feel free and fluent. English could become a natural part of your life, something you live and breathe every day. So, take this challenge seriously. Start today, not tomorrow, not next week. Surround yourself with English, speak boldly, think actively, and maintain a positive mindset. Your 6-month English transformation begins now. Trust the process, keep practicing, and believe in yourself. By the end of these 6 months, you will look back and realize how far you have come. English will no longer feel foreign, it will feel like a part of you.